they need to protect them or all the other stuff. When I can tell you, when the roles are reversed, more often than not, you find that that person's not doing the same for you.
Imagine leaving your children in a car with an earshot of gunfire. Was it recklessness or proof you knew exactly what was about to unfold? Tonight, we step into an interrogation where psychology collides with betrayal and a love triangle spirals into murder. This isn't just a story about bullets. It's about silence, weaponized, motherhood compromised, and how investigators peel away every excuse until only the truth remains.
Now, although, you requested to be transported here in handcuffs and all that stuff, and I impressed my colleague that wasn't the best.
People have been sentenced to prison after prosecutors say their love triangle got someone killed.
In the small, sweltering town of Brooker, Florida, the summer heat couldn't disguise the tension simmering inside this interrogation room. A woman, outwardly composed, sat across from detectives who had spent days unraveling the bloody puzzle of the 17th of May, 2021. That night, a backyard barbecue turned into a killing ground. Tyrone Blocker, an innocent man, lost his life in a storm of bullets meant for someone else. And now suspicion tightened around those still breathing.
You want coffee?
Yeah.
All right, hang tight. Hold on, I'm going to go put some stuff on my desk and I'll be right back, okay?
Cool.
Yeah, I don't knives or anything on there, is there? Whatever, okay. Just some hand sanitizer. You're not going to mace me when I come in here?
No.
Okay.
What is this?
I didn't do that.
Chocolate. They locked me in the room.
Turn the light off. You're going to get me in trouble. And then you took.
Yeah, you said a hard chair.
And then you took the comfortable chair. Okay, I'm gonna let this ride for a minute because you've been amazing from the get go. Okay, you have been really cooperative and very interesting. But interesting in my game is not as important as your level of cooperation. Okay. But with all that being said and all the lighthearted talk and all that stuff, I do want you to understand the gravity of the situation, okay? I investigate murders, okay? That is just one of the crimes I investigate in addition to others, okay?
Detectives knew the key wasn't brute force, but psychology. They softened the air with jokes about coffee and chairs before twisting the knife, reminding her they investigate murders, not petty squabbles. The shift was jarring. A sudden plunge from warmth into ice water. This tactic, built on contrast, forced her to feel the weight of her presence there. It wasn't a friendly chat, it was game time, and every answer would decide her fate.
I'm on a squad that investigates murders. When I go talk to people, more often than not, it's because somebody died, okay? So I know we talked about on the way over here, living your life and doing things, like enjoying your life, not being worried about death. Well, I'm reminded that people die every day. Okay, in this instance, somebody died. Somebody who I don't think, not that I'm going to say who deserves and who doesn't deserve to die, but somebody that, by all accounts, did not deserve to die. Nobody didn't like the guy or anything, had any beef with him or anything. Some guy's dead. You understand that?
I hear you.
You hear what I'm saying? Okay. Now, although you requested to be transported here in handcuffs and all that stuff, and I impressed my colleague that wasn't the best idea. You agreed to drive yourself here. I jumped in with you. We drove here. Everything was good. Had a good conversation. Learned a little bit about you along the way. But now it's like, time to...
Game time.
Yeah, it's game time. Yeah, right. You said you're an athlete, a very accomplished, decorated athlete who is very familiar, if that's in terms you understand. It is kind of game time. I like to afford everybody the opportunity to tell their side, okay? I like to afford people that I believe are truly good people. I like to give them an extra opportunity to come explain stuff, okay? You got to understand the reason we're here is because an investigation was started on Monday and it hasn't stopped, okay? It's been very productive. Today is Thursday. Okay, Thursday. So we've been working virtually around the clock since Monday, okay? And that's kind of why, all the people were around your house earlier, all this thing. You saw us and so with being equipped with that, it's like, I'm going to say you kind of expected us to come at some point. And maybe there was even a part of you that was hoping we'd come. So you'd be able to kind of tell your side and maybe clear things up.
No.
So you mean to tell me you were hoping that I would never show up?
I was not hoping anything. I just, like you said, heard what people said.
Okay.
And then I happened to go outside. I'm like, I've been here for years and years and years. Nobody does that.
Right. Okay. So just your observations you saw and you kind of figured out like something's up.
Yeah.
So we didn't do a very good job of hiding and all that.
Absolutely not.
And then you figured it out pretty quickly. So I would say that you've already made some statements. I think you're very tuned in to people's body language. I think you're very observant. Clearly, you knew we were there. I think you probably can sum up a situation very quickly. Is that a fair assessment?
I look at things and I try to make the best sense out of it, of the black and white.
Okay. So, given just the gravity of the situation, okay, the fact that we're here at a police station, you have not had handcuffs put on you, okay? I have not told you at any point that you're under arrest, all that stuff, okay? I do want to equip you with your constitutional rights, just so you know, okay? So we're on the same page before we get to talking about criminal activity, not necessarily on your behalf, okay, but on behalf of others, maybe on your behalf, I don't know, okay?
Then came the children. The detective gently evoked images of her 3-year-old, witty, sharp, full of light. By linking truth to motherhood, he transformed confession into a moral duty. Yet behind the soft words lurked an unspoken threat: stay silent, and the state could take what mattered most. In that sterile room, the laughter of a child became a weapon sharper than any blade, striking at the very heart of her resolve.
And as we discussed earlier, you're very well educated. You said USF and Liberty. Talked about maybe walking on it USF track before. Then life happens, and then you had a blessing, and then another blessing, and then another blessing, and then another blessing. Okay, but I would hope that sitting here, you probably wouldn't change anything for the world. You probably have, my guess is, just based on my interaction with you, you probably have very beautiful children who are just little rays of sunshine. No? Is that not the case? Okay.
I would wait.
What?
I would wait.
You would wait. Okay, so the timing wasn't perfect.
Yeah.
But them themselves, there's no regrets there, I would think. And
they keep me sane.
They keep you sane? They probably keep you on your toes, too, I'm sure.
My 3-year-old does.
Okay. What is it about your 3-year-old that keeps you on your toes?
She's very witty.
Okay.
Very, like you wouldn't think she's on the intellectual level that she's on.
Right.
And she's pretty funny.
Yeah. Most people would not describe a 3-year-old as witty, so there's got to be something there. If that's what comes to mind when you're talking about a 3-year-old, most people will be like, "Oh, I'm glad that they play with their toys, or they do that." You know, and maybe they laugh or something like that. But if you're saying witty, my guess is you're going to have your hands full.
Mm-hmm.
And so your children, they mean the world to you, right? You would do anything in your power to protect them. Mm-hmm. Okay. Was it kind of upsetting when DCF showed up today?
It was upsetting the fact that they wouldn't tell me why.
Right. They were kind of being evasive and once, like we discussed, you're very inquisitive. You want to know, like, you'd rather be confronted with facts and then allow me to work with that.
Yeah.
Okay. So you don't want me dancing around here or whatever. Okay. So, I'll be straight up. There's a murder that occurred in Alachua County. Okay. We have reason to believe that you and your vehicle were in the area. And we have that reason to believe because that's what people are saying. That's what some of the electronic information is telling us. And I told you before, when we get equipped with that information, there's only certain types of people that are in the area of a crime scene, right? We got suspects, we got victims, we got witnesses. In this case, it's pretty apparent, okay, who the victim is. He's no longer with us. He is dead. He's gone on So whatever you believe, if there's an afterlife, not whatever, he's no longer breathing. Okay. His life effectively ended Monday evening by no doing of his own. Okay. And what we're trying to do is try to work backwards and determine what occurred, why it occurred. Is there more to it than meets the eye? I mean, are people that are coming forward, are they being honest with us? Are they misleading us, trying to put more on your plate than needs to be on your plate? But I'm telling you, information we have places you there. So if you'd like to talk about that, I'd love to hear everything from your side.
To see it.
We'd like to see the information that puts you there.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Did I explain to you earlier, like surveillance cameras and all that stuff and license plate recognition? Okay.
Technology soon replaced tenderness. The detective spoke of cell towers, license plate readers, and surveillance footage. He didn't show the evidence, he dangled it like bait. She was left to imagine what they had, to sweat under the invisible weight of proof. To him, she was either a witness or a suspect, nothing in between. It was a binary trap. Help us or hang with the guilty. And as the clock ticked on, her silence began to sound louder than any denial.
So that is some of it, and we can get to a point in this interview where I hope that I can show that to you. But I would like, if at all possible, to get an unprompted version of events of what occurred Monday and your involvement, if any, without having to rely on that. You don't wish to do that?
No.
Okay, so do you understand?
I didn't do anything.
Okay, and I'm not saying you did do anything, okay?
So
I'm saying that your car.
I need to see that.
Okay. So if I show it to you, then all of a sudden you're just going to start talking. Is that how that works? That's the magical formula to get you to. If you didn't do anything, I'm not saying you did.
You did.
I'm saying, yeah, or because people are putting you there.
I don't care what people say. I need to know black and white.
Well, I want you to be able to tell your story. I want you to be able to tell your story. Well, no, I want you to be able to tell not other people and let the evidence tell your story. And what I mean when I say that is because you put that human element to it, okay? There's a whole lot of reasons a lot of people do a lot of things, okay? A lot of people, sometimes people are made to do things. Some people are forced to do things. Some people are asked to do, all that stuff. Some people are like, who knows, okay?
The room tightens as the narrative shifts from accident to agency. Detectives sketch the psychology of coercion, people asked, forced, or manipulated, and plant the idea that complicity can feel less like sin and more like survival. They point to a bright, unmistakable detail, her purple hair, as if a neon sign on the sidewalk of truth. Suddenly, plausible deniability thins, unique looks, social photos, and half-remembered nicknames become the scaffolding of guilt. The pressure isn't just legal, it's reputational, and it hovers over every image on her feed.
I don't know what's going on. What I can tell you is unequivocally is that your vehicle and someone who looks very close, if not identical to the young lady I'm looking at right now, was there. Okay? And you, I'm going to tell you, you are unique in several ways. We've talked about this, right? You got a unique personality. You got a very unique appearance with not everybody's rocking the purple and like you are, okay? You are, by all means, a one of a kind, okay? So if somebody says, this young lady looks this way, whatever, the chances that there's another young lady that looks like you, pretty slim. So, but what I can tell you is your hesitancy, I don't want to say unwillingness, but your hesitancy to discuss what occurred on that is not a good look for you either. Okay.
I don't care about how I look. I don't care about what people do. I don't care about what people say. I need that.
You need this. You need this. I don't even know what's in here. So, there's a statement from somebody. There's some evidence we recovered. There's some preservation stuff. I don't know why I gave you this. There's a search warrant we did. There's not really any there's no pictures in here. We'll get to the show and tell portion.
Get all of it.
Okay.
I got.
Okay. Let's back up. Okay. Let's back up.
And I want to talk.
Okay. So before we discussed the amount of work, the workup we put into finding you and all that stuff. Okay. And you said, I don't have any friends. And we live in a day and an age where it's pretty easy to see how people are representing themselves. I don't know if you've heard a little thing called Facebook.
The detective pivots to social proof with the gentle brutality of a surgeon. Facebook photos, filters, captions, small things become big evidence. He dismantles her "I have no friends" claim with the slow reveal of faces and nights out, naming the familiar Doug, Jasmine, people who once smiled in pictures now anchor her to a scene. This is theater of the watched. Every tagged selfie becomes a timestamp. In the digital age, your social life keeps receipts and investigators know how to cache them.
But there is Facebook. People post pictures and they say what they're doing and all that stuff. And a quick rundown of that, you do have friends. Okay?
People that I've added on Facebook.
Okay, but people that you hang out with, people that you're shown in photographs with, people that you appear to be having a good time with, most people would consider those people friends. Okay?
Or family.
Or family, okay. So friends and family.
Associates.
Okay, or associates.
Co-workers.
All of the above, okay? Okay. So all those people, so you do have friends. I would even wager to say that you are in a close relationship with some people that you care about and that probably care about you. I don't know the fine details of it, but just gleaning over it, I think there's people out there on Facebook that you're shown in pictures with that you care about and they care about you. Is that fair?
Yeah, a lot of people.
Okay, but I'm saying specifically people recently that you're in pictures with.
Couple people.
Particularly a male and a female.
Couple people.
Couple people. Okay.
But they're not my concern.
They're not your concern? What is your concern right now?
You said you want to hear my story. I don't have a story.
Right, but I don't want people that whether they're close to you or you think that they're close to you. I don't want you to think that. I don't want us to go off of what they say. Does that make sense?
To the people that people say people? The people say people?
People say, well, I mean, we can start putting names to it because this is going to get confusing when the people say people and talking in code and all stuff about Facebook and all that stuff. Right. But you said earlier that you appreciated specifics, right? Okay. And I can't give you all the specifics right now, but you know who I'm talking about. So give me a little credit.
No.
Okay. So let's just say, I don't know, let's start with nicknames. Okay. Let's say Big D. Big D. You don't know who Big D is.
No.
Okay. Tell me this. What does Doug mean to you? And tell me that. Because it looks like from the pictures, he means something.
That's what people say wrong.
Well, here's Miss Martisha. And here is Doug. Here is Snapchat Doug. I don't know about with all the filters. So he's somebody to you. Just give me the rundown. Who is Doug? What does Doug mean to you? You ain't got to talk about Doug, but what does he mean to you? He doesn't mean to you? Okay. So all this is nothing?
It's whatever you want to take it as.
Tatted so I know it's real. 6 months and counting.
Yeah, that's what it says.
But he don't mean shit to you.
I know what I mean shit. He said I cussed my mom out.
What's that? He cussed your mom out?
No. I said, you see, I cussed my mom out. I cussed my daddy out.
Okay. Well, I mean,
The tone softens, then hardens into moral arithmetic. He flatters her potential talent, kid's future, but counters with the blunt ledger of loss. Stick with these people and watch everything unravel. The roles reverse line is a slow-acting toxin. It sows doubt about loyalty, flips protector to protected, friend to liability. This is manipulation by mirror, making her imagine a future where silence costs more than truth. The room becomes a courtroom of possibilities, where the witness is also a juror of her own fate.
I would, at times, people mean stuff to you, and other times maybe they don't. Would that be fair? You know what one of the worst parts of my job is I watch people, particularly in my experience, well, I don't want to overgeneralize, but females in relationships where their men or whatever are out doing stupid stuff end up dragging them down. And here I am, I'm sitting with you, okay, and I've talked with you for a significant amount of time now, okay? It's fair to say you got a lot of stuff going for you, all right? If the right situation presents itself, I think someone or some job or whatever could truly appreciate you because...
Not now, no.
No, there's no not now, no. I'm just saying. But what I see too frequently is people in your situation, okay, with all this stuff in your court.
Situation.
Hear me out. In your situation where you got a lot of stuff going for you, allowing somebody to drag them down, okay, and feeling as if they owe this person something or they need to protect them or all the other stuff. When I can tell you, when the roles are reversed, more often than not, you find that that person's not doing the same for you. You got kids, okay? You got a life. You got all these things going for you. And you're going to let this drag you down. And I'm going to tell you right now, that's the direction we're headed. How? Okay.
No, you didn't tell me how it's going to drag me down.
Right. Your vehicle, you being in a place.
You never showed me that.
Okay. And I don't have to show you that now. You know what? You know when I have to show it to you? If and when you are charged and you go through the process and the discovery, you can see it then. Okay.
Charged with what?
If you get, like we're talking murder, if you got charged with murder or any crime.
I'm not talking about if. I'm gonna be charged with what?
So you have murder and then any crime that went in the furtherance of that. Okay. And the statute is crazy thick with what it could be.
So what am I looking at?
What are you looking at?
Mm-hmm.
I can't decide that until I guess you're right. I could go on what everybody else says or will say, all the information, whatever. And I told you, right now it doesn't paint a very good picture. However, I think it's important that you provide your context, okay? Are you a killer? Tell me, answer that question for me. Are you a killer?
I'll plead my case whenever I'm charged with something.
Okay, do you consider yourself a killer?
Yeah, I kill animals. I kill
Okay,
dogs.
would you kill another human being?
Yeah, if I had to.
If you had to, okay? What if you didn't have to? Would you?
The closing net tightens with practical interrogation, alibis, appointments, who drove the car, questions that sound mundane, doctor's visits, times, rides, or surgical threads that, when pulled, unravel stories. He pressures for details she cannot or will not pin down, knowing surveillance and records can later puncture any fabrication. Her vague answers become liabilities, precision becomes protection. In the end, the detective doesn't need a confession tonight. He needs a creek in her story that will widen into a canyon under oath.
Who knows? I could be driving a car and kill somebody.
Okay, on an accident and all the other stuff. But I'm saying, would you willingly take someone's life
I don't think anybody I associate myself with willingly take someone's life.
Okay. So building on that, I'm telling you right now, people you associate with did take someone's life. And if you're telling me it wasn't willingly, then that's some stuff we have to discuss.
I didn't say anything. I said people I associate. How many friends do I have on there?
Okay.
All of them are associated with me.
Okay. I'm telling you, people that you are in a lot of pictures with, I love you, this. I'm telling you, these people.
That's just in one thing that I posted a whole bunch of pictures at one time.
Okay. I mean, May 14th was a banner day. I get it. But you're not giving me anything beyond that. You're like stonewalling me. And you're like, I don't want to talk about this. I want to talk about me. I want to. And basically, we're sitting
I don't
here.
even talk about me.
What?
I don't even talk about me.
Okay. Since you want to talk about you, that's fine. Tell me what you were doing Monday during the day.
Can't answer that. I can't remember what I did yesterday.
Okay, so Monday would have been the first day of the week.
I had a doctor's appointment.
You had a doctor's appointment on Monday? Where was your doctor's appointment at?
Oh, my doctor. Citron.
Okay, and what time was that doctor's appointment?
I don't know.
Okay, was it in the morning? Was it in the afternoon? So it was either in the morning or the afternoon.
Mm-hmm.
Did you drive yourself or did you ride with someone?
The questions turn mechanical. Who drove? Which car? When until she stonewalls? Then the detective flips the table. I was wrong about you. It's a surgical withdrawal of empathy, the kind that steals air from the room. Identity becomes leverage. The version of her he wanted to believe in dies on the spot. Refusing to name other drivers doesn't sound noble anymore. It sounds strategic, and strategy here reads like guilt with better PR.
Me.
You drove yourself?
Yeah.
Did anybody go with you?
Nobody.
Nobody went with you? And how did you get there? Did you take your car or did you take someone else's car?
My car.
Okay. So you drove yourself. Did anybody else on Monday drive your car? Anywhere?
Yeah.
Who?
I'm not talking about nobody else.
Okay.
But I told you at the house that I'm not the only one who drives that car.
Okay. Who else drives that car?
I'm not talking about nobody else.
Okay.
Facebook is a show.
I believe, Martisha, I believe I was wrong about you. I believe
I'm
my
sorry.
my initial impressions of you, I was
I
wrong.
told you there's 5 of me.
Okay, well, all 5 of you, if I've interacted with all 5 of you,
You haven't.
I was wrong about all of them
I'm sorry.
because I tried to convince myself that you were a person who maybe was not as involved in this incident as maybe some of my colleagues have led me to believe, and who I felt was willing to take a chance on.
You can believe a lie, you can believe the truth.
Okay. Well,
Or you can believe the facts. And I haven't received any facts, so I'm sorry.
I'm gonna, you know what? I will give you facts. I'm gonna give you facts. So, and dear Mama, where are you? Please come back. We miss you. Are you hurt? Has your phone died? What about Big D? and Miss Jasmine. Where are they? Are they hurt? By the way, we were with Nanny, or Nani, I don't know. We have clothes and stuff, but you will be right here.
He reads a child's letter, every line a razor. Where are you, Mama? Memory becomes evidence. Gunshots, a trunk, a promise to stay strong. The maternal self she's curated is dragged into the light, trembling. This isn't just pressure, it's grief weaponized. The detective no longer needs data points. He needs a heartbeat skipping with shame. Between the lines, the message is cruel and clear. Tell us who drove, or your kids will learn to visit through glass.
Part 2. Mama is okay, thank God. But I still want to talk to her. Still nothing from Big D or Miss Jasmine, but I hope they're okay. Even though Mama got a new phone, I can ask Nani if I can get it. I miss you a lot, Mama. I remember when you tried to protect us from all the gunshots. Locked in the trunk, and after that day, you guys were gone. Please come back. We need you. All of us. I remember you said for us to stay strong, and I don't think I can any longer. We need you. Part 3. We need you. From the top of my head to the bottom of my heart. Why did this have to happen? I was not ready for you to leave. I'm too young to lose you. Please, please come back. We all know it was wrong for y'all to bring us. If anything happens, we are praying. But all we ask for is you to come back. Just please come back. That's all we ask. I don't have to show you anything anymore.
You ain't gotta show me
I don't have to show you anything anymore.
My name's Morticia.
Just got word. It's like I don't have to talk to you anymore. We made the arrest we needed to make. So you just hang out and we'll go from there. What's up?
I don't hang out.
Well, guess what? You're not. You are hanging out now. You are not free to leave. You are being detained.
What am I being charged with?
Right now, it is as it sits, unless anything changes. You are looking at murder, accessory after the fact, child endangerment, which will fall under the child abuse statute.
I'm not talking anymore because you are.
Well, you didn't do anything to help your case when you were talking, so I don't know why.
You told me I didn't have a case. You told me I wasn't being convicted of anything. You just wanted to talk about me.
I told you that I had a belief. I had a belief that you did. I had a belief.
Representation, because you're using wordplay.
I told you I had a belief that I wanted you.
The hammer falls, detained, not free to leave, murder, accessory, child endangerment. He mirrors her own phrases, you don't have to show me, until she hears the echo as indictment. The walls tighten with procedural inevitability. Others will talk, discovery will show, the plates, the trail, the truck. In this theater, silence isn't neutral, it's choreography that places her center stage. The script she refused to write for them may be authored by everyone else.
You're not listening. Martisha, you're not listening.
You were listening.
Okay? I told you that I had a belief that you were hopefully a witness to this. The way you have represented yourself and the way you have wasted your time and the way you've wasted mine leads me to believe that you have additional involvement in this incident. Okay? And when everybody else talks, which trust me, they will, and they tell us, and you had this opportunity, you're going to regret sitting here because guess what? Your kids that wrote that letter, you're not going to see them again. I hate to tell you, except behind like bars. That's how they're going to see you for the rest of your life and the rest of theirs. Because I thought you were somebody who maybe made a mistake, got tangled up with the wrong people, maybe got taken along for the ride. I could not have been more wrong because you had an opportunity to sit here and tell me that and you didn't. And I wasted my time and I rolled the dice on you and I was wrong. So that's that. I don't have to show you anything else. I don't have to show you all the things where you hit on the license plate readers. I don't have to show you the surveillance footage that shows you in your car behind his truck. I don't have to show you any of that. You can see that when your representation gets into discovery. So that's that. You're looking at murder. That's it. I mean, I don't know what else to say. There's really no wiggle room there. I was hoping that wasn't the case, but it is. So, unless you got anything else to say to me, I got other people I got to go talk to. You can sit here until we can just transport it. Okay? Just know that the chances that they're extending you the same courtesy that you are them is probably something that self-preservation is a very powerful motivator. And when they roll, just remember this. We had this opportunity. And you're going to have regrets. And I hate that for you. And I hate that for your kids. I hate that for having to read that letter that was authored by a child of yours. And yeah, here, I'll show it to you. I'll show you.
You said you had to show me that.
No, I'll show it to you. I'm not making it up. I'm not making it up. This was authored by Janai.
You got the arrest of the person that you need to. You don't need to talk to me anymore.
Last turn of the screw. He doesn't need to show footage now. Court will. Self-preservation, he warns, will pry open every mouth in this triangle. Then comes the cut. No parent survives. Your kids were close enough to hear the shots. It reframes the entire night, not as adulthood gone wrong, but guardianship abandoned. Facts may convict. That image condemns. In the ledger of choices, she's running out of columns to balance.
I said I wasn't talking anymore. So if you are convicting me of something,
I can't convict you of anything.
If you are charging me with something, regardless of whether I open my mouth or not, you're going to charge me with whatever you want to charge me.
That's not the case.
People saying
because I told you. I told you, and you apparently haven't listened to me. I told you that there are all kinds of charges you could be charged with. And there's all kinds of charges you can't be charged with. I'm not here to just charge you with stuff that you didn't do. Okay?
Yeah.
Why is that?
If you got evidence, if you got proof, if you got the arrest that you want, you will know whatever you need to know to not charge me for what I didn't do. I'm done.
But you can't provide any explanation as to why you and your vehicle. So you want me to present a case in which mommy knew enough to leave her kids in the car because they were going down the street to do something, and then the kids were close enough to where they could hear the gunshots. So there's only so many ways you can play that. Either you care truly about your kids, you didn't want to see them get hurt and all that other stuff, or you knew exactly what was getting ready to go down and you left them there in that car by themselves as what happened down the road happened. I'm still scratching my head as to why you were there in the first place. It doesn't make any sense. Other than you had involvement or got drug into something. And I was hoping that you got drug into something. But your lack of cooperation here, sitting here right now, tells me that you weren't just drug into something.
1 + 1 = 2. 1 in correlation with 1 2 gives you 2. If 1 doesn't make sense, then it doesn't make sense.
You're there, Martisha. You're there.
Has nothing to do with 1 and 2.
You're absolutely there. You cannot provide any explanation for why you're there. Reasonable to think that if you can't provide an explanation, you're withholding information because you were involved.
It's reasonable without a shadow of a doubt.
Oh, it's pretty good.
Reasonable without a shadow of a doubt.
Yeah. You can take your chance all you want. This was an opportunity for you.
I asked for a lawyer a while ago.
Did you? You want an attorney? You have an attorney? I did not hear you ask for an attorney. I heard you say you didn't want to speak with me anymore, and then you kind of waffle back and forth. If you're saying you want an attorney, I'll discontinue this conversation right now.
And then what happens?
And then we do paperwork, and you go to jail on charges of murder and everything related to that.
And guess what?
What?
You just hit me.
Yeah, I mean, okay, yeah. All right, hang tight.
The detective reduces the moral math to two grim options. Either a mother tried to shield her kids, or she parked them within earshot of gunfire and watched the night unravel. That binary is intentional. It reframes crime as a failure of guardianship, not just law. When she pushes for absolutes, he answers with procedure, reasonable inferences, withheld specifics, the slow march to charges. In this room, doubt isn't a buffer. It's a breadcrumb trail that leads to intent.
One is true. So please accept my food.
Okay, just know that I nor any other law enforcement officer can talk to you and ask you questions because you've asked for an attorney. Do you have an attorney you would like present? No, nobody? Just know that Doug is on his way here, and we're going to talk to him, and your car is kind of staying with us too. So, but I want you to know that.
Mom can't pick it up.
Nope, it is being held pursuant to a search warrant. We are going to seize it and conduct a search warrant for evidence of the crime.
It's a match to the gun we found.
Right. Yeah. So.
Ma'am. Well, I see that you're breathing and you're probably okay, but I want to make sure you're okay. Can you sit up and talk to me, please? Or roll over if you like. You don't have to sit all the way up. What you doing on the ground, babe? Huh? I can't hear you, hon. Say that again. Your legs are weak? Well, how about you sit in the chair and you can rest on the table like you were? Okay?
I'm trying to find a blanket, but there's nothing around here. Or just lay on the floor.
You want to stay down on the ground?
What's your name? Are you? What is actually wrong with you? You're freezing?
Your legs are weak?
Why? Because you're
What do
cold?
they feel like?
Have you been standing up?
Yeah, I saw you're standing in the corner. Okay, girl, why don't you stand up and then sit in the chair, okay? And then just lean back on the table like you were earlier, okay?
I can't. I don't have one around here nowhere. That's the problem with the being where you're at. If you have one that you know of, or a jacket or something in your vehicle, I can go get it for you. You don't have nothing out there? Do you want me to go look? Oh,
I'll let her come get the keys from you in a second, okay?
The lawyer line is drawn, she asks, he honors it, and the script shifts from persuasion to paperwork. Her car becomes a crime scene on wheels seized under warrant, search for residue and stories metal can tell. The message under the Miranda recital is clear: silence pauses questions, not consequences. Discovery will speak later, and it rarely stutters. In homicide work, you can choose when to talk, not whether the facts will. The evidence keeps its own calendar.
you crying for? Because you're freezing? Huh? Cover it up the opposite way to probably give you more warmth. Is that better? Is that why you're crying? Is that going to warm you up some? I mean, I'm in here in short sleeves.
I told him before I came I get cold easy.
Well, I think if you'll sit in that chair, or even
sitting in the chair the whole time.
I know it gets cold when your blood settles, right? But just keep yourself covered up, okay? If you give yourself a chance, like rub your arms, give yourself a little bit of a chance to warm up, okay? And I think you'll be good. Does that sound good? I'll come check on you in a few minutes. But that's the best I can do for right now, unless you think you have something bigger in your car. Do you think? Do you want me to look?
You can look
Where would something be?
in the trunk, if anything, or the back seat.
Where's your car parked at?
When you come here, it's in the visitor spot.
What's it look like?
It's a Kia.
Okay, I see Kia. Kia what? Is it
Sorrento. It's almost this color.
it's black?
Nothing grayish.
Is it like it finally warmed you up, didn't it? All right. Is it like an SUV or, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
And it's in the visitor's lot?
Yes, ma'am.
That blanket finally helped you, didn't it? Do you want me to wait, or do you want me to go see if I can find something? I think that's going to do it for you.
No.
Okay. All right. I'll check on you in a few minutes, and I think, yeah, that should start taking the edge off for you.
Thank you.
You're welcome. What's your name?
Morticia.
Martisha. Okay. I'll come check on you in a few minutes, okay?
Okay.
All right.
Miss Johnson, wakey wakey. This deputy here is going to transport you to the Alachua County Jail on charges of first-degree murder and first-degree attempted murder, like we previously discussed. And down the road, like we discussed, don't fall. Don't take a header down there. So, just FYI, we're going to your car subject to a search warrant, so we got that. That's going to be in our yard. So if you want to designate a family member or somebody to pick it up, I think your mom might actually be on the registration. So just have her reach out to us, and as soon as we're done with it, we'll make sure it gets to her, so that way you guys aren't accruing fees and whatnot. Beyond that, what's your deal? You're fine in here. You're just cold? Okay. Well, you got to put your hands behind your back and put you in handcuffs. So
We end where true crime always begins. Choices, not chances. A love triangle spirals into Brooker's darkest arithmetic. One target, one rival, one innocent man dead. Johnson and Heath now serve life. Webb took 12 years. That's the legal ending. The moral one is messier. Jealousy cosplayed as loyalty. Motherhood outsourced to luck. And silence marketed as strategy. Creativity, ours and yours, means learning to read these human fault lines without flinching. Keep honing your craft, keep asking better questions, and keep your skepticism sharp. If this breakdown helped, subscribe for more forensic storytelling, drop your questions in the comments, and share this with anyone who studies the anatomy of lies. Justice may be blind, but the algorithm isn't. Help it find the truth.